In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smiling. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
Good morning to the DMV and the rest of the world. This is your girl, Reese, aka the best that ever did it, aka I am in the studio today, and I am not alone. I'm always with my main Apple Scrapple, whenever she could be here with me. That's my Damie, my sweet Miss Bernice Smith. Say good morning, Bernice. Okay, but she here though. She in the back with Molly. I don't know. Uh, but she here. And I'm not alone. I got Molly Mall, $1 million moments. I don't know. I don't know. Is my mic muted? Am I okay?
I can
Bernice,
hear
can you
you.
hear me? Oh, good morning, Bernice.
Good morning.
Okay, because I was like, the mic out? How are you this morning?
I'm blessed. I can't complain.
Okay, that is good. So, how did you have a good evening yesterday? How was your evening?
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I can't complain at all. I did what I do most days. I just relax and, I talked to the plug for a while and chill with my family.
Okay. With the plug for a while and chilling with the family. Do we got anybody in the house yet with us saying good morning with us? Are
Yeah.
we not yet? We coming in early. Okay, we coming in hot, people. We coming in hot. All righty. So I understand that King, when I can't say King just had a performance last night, and I heard it went pretty well. I was
That's
hoping that
wonderful.
to get in touch with him, you know, but he probably sleep. That man probably knocked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
hope you get a good show.
I heard it was nice. So I can't wait to catch his next one. I know he's supposed to go on tour. He said the 13th of this month. So big
Yeah.
things, big things, big things.
Just almost won the belt. You know that remember the belt MK that had. She was
Uh huh.
champion. He was his performance was against M. K, and they said they was going at it. He just probably lost by one song, depending on the votes. But that was only like his second performance, so it's just crazy how good he is just starting off and just hitting the ground. But he
Oh
did
yeah.
real good. They said he had about almost 15 people out there, so that's rare for people who really just getting started to get that many people to come out and buy tickets to see. So I think that's gonna be good. The next show on the 25th. So we'll see if he get on that one. But yeah, he's good.
Okay. I wish it would have been more if we could have got out there to see him, But my child had to work, so got to do what I had to do on this end.
Yeah.
But we'll get out there to see him. We'll get out there because I know my uncle wanted to come, and Blue Phoenix was going to come with me and everything. So, but because good old my trusty, my A1 day one, he had to work, so he couldn't play Uber driver last night. It's all right. It's all right. Oh,
It's
so
somebody's birthday today,
mm,
ain't it?
and I was waiting for Bernice to, I was gonna let her cue that up.
That's your big brother.
I know that's my big brother. That's why somebody else have to cue it up because he gonna say, "Oh, shut the hell up, Reese. Shut the hell up." You know how he treat me. He
I
treat me
learned
like
from Pop
a
that.
red-headed stepchild with blue eyes.
Oh
So
Lord.
he treat me bad. He said, "I love you. That's why I treat you bad." So, but
Wow.
but I did want to say happy birthday to him in a special way.
Yeah, he ain't popped
Ever
in
he,
yet.
well, if he ever get in here, uh, I repost it, and I guess the family will come in sooner or later.
Okay. Oh, is this rare that no one's in on either side?
Yeah, it's been shared, right?
Yeah, and then I'm doing my thing and I'm sharing it now.
Yeah.
Wow,
Well, stuff happens, and that, as you say, the show must go on.
the show must go on. So, Hunty, what is in the news for us today, baby?
Well, first we're going to talk about Damar Hamlin. They say he may have suffered a remarkable rare condition. We all
Okay.
know the story about him passing out on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo defensive uh, back Damar Hamlin may have suffered a remarkably rare condition when he collapsed on the field during Monday night game against the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bills said Hamlin suffered cardiac arrest following a hit in the game. After he after he was hit, a few steps and fell to the ground. While it's not clear what caused Hamlin's heart to suddenly stop beating, Agus believes he sustained blunt force trauma in his chest in the exact right spot at the exact right moment during his beat, which caused his heart to have an arrhythmia, not beat effectively to push blood to the brain. So,
Mm.
yeah, they think he had a rare condition that caused that, and they said most of the times it only happens in children. So his case was definitely rare.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well, my prayers still go out to him and his family. Definitely.
yeah.
Definitely.
From what I hear, he's now breathing without the ventilator. So,
Oh, that's good. That is real good.
yeah,
That's a
from the
blessing.
update South Korea. Yeah.
That's a blessing.
So, so we want to talk about this uh COVID. It says sore throat and runny nose no longer common COVID signs.
What do you mean are no longer a common COVID sign?
They say with the new COVID strain striking at regular intervals and the symptoms related to the infection also changing over time, it is now hard to identify the disease. Experts are of the opinion that even though the symptoms related to the infection are comparatively milder now, its long term effects are still a concern. Also, COVID can affect all of your organs, including your heart, nervous system, causing severe diseases. Here's a look at an early COVID symptom, which now regarded as the top that can help you identify the disease and get treated. So they saying with the new strain that's out, the symptoms that we experienced in the first one, is not the same as the new one. It's saying that it seems COVID-related symptoms have changed again, and with many reporting sharp pain in shoulders and legs, widely known as maliglia. I think that's the word, maliglia. I don't know. Also known as muscle aches and pains, is said to arise from the effects of inflammatory molecules released by immune cells in response to the virus. So there are new symptoms and signs that people need to look out for. Um, it's crazy out here. I'm telling you, because I was reading how now China has lifted their at first they couldn't move, so they lifted it. Now China people are allowed to travel and all those things, even though the airports have put into mandate that they have to be tested. They have to have a COVID test that has been negative for at least 48 hours. My thing is, they shouldn't be allowed in the country, period, because it's going to spread and we are going to be affected by that. I can see schools shutting down and things of that nature because this COVID thing keeps transforming.
And it's keep transforming because nobody won't sit down so they can heal enough not to be a cause or a factor. If they were shut, just like they quote unquote do our migrants that come across the border, and they would shut the border down or shut the states down while they heal, but they can't stop the money. They can't stop the dollars. So if it's going to be your life over money, it's going to be money every time. You know,
Yeah.
and even if they close or block people from China from coming to the U.S., it's okay because people that want to travel can leave China, go to somewhere in Europe, and catch a flight from somewhere in Europe into the United States. It don't matter. They're not going to get over it. It's all over. It's in the air. It's everywhere. But what you got to do as an individual is take care of you and your body, meaning frequently wash your hands, meaning put your mask on, wear your mask. Miss Janice says that all the time. Janice would say, wear your mask on, be safe. We got to take care of each other. Even if they don't have a mandate where you wear your mask or you don't do this, don't do that, you don't follow the masses. The masses get you killed. You follow what you know to do best. That's proven to work for you to keep you safe. Frequent hand washing, your mask, and limited time FaceTime people all in your face. Get your distance going. It'll be all right. COVID is just going to be like the common cold because it's going to keep and keep on and keep on and keep on mutating from one person to the next. Prime example: me, you, and Molly in a room. Molly get COVID from somebody else, right? He bring it in. His COVID is already mutated to him. Where when you get his COVID, it's not going to be the same COVID that Molly got. It's going to be a different strain because it mutates from host to host to host. Because it's a smart virus, it's a smart bug. It's made to survive. It want to live too. It want to
Yeah.
live too. And
Well,
unfortunately, with COVID, it carries two nasty bacteria that come with it. One, they said at the earliest on stages, that caused that pneumonia. That's why the people that's the long haulers, they call the long haulers. Um, I get that cough and stuff. And I don't know if people know it or not. I'm speaking from experience. Bacteria will cause your heart muscle to weaken because in 2008, that's what I got cardiomyopathy, and that's what caused my cardiomyopathy. I got sick, I got bronchitis, and that bacteria got went to the heart to heart muscles and made him really weak. So you hear a lot of people say, "Oh, they're fighting with an upper respiratory infection," and then they pass, and then they say, "Oh, that congested
ain't
heart
no
failure."
listen over there.
Your heart
Down.
sometimes can only take but so much, you know. So and they say, "Oh, it's a respiratory infection. It will cause the heart to go bad." Yada yada yada. It's like your body can only take so much before it gives out. And believe it or not, That is a strain on your heart. Any sickness can be a strain on your heart. You know.
Yeah, well, like I said, this disease keeps transforming. So people out here doing what they do, and you better build them immune systems because COVID is coming in so many different forms, and they talking about another viral disease that's out there. It's crazy out here. So you better wear them masks and do what you gotta do. Cause that's why people be talking about why you don't go to crowded places. Cause they don't wear masks and don't be touching me and breathing on me. That's a fight for me. Don't be breathing on me. No, I'm saying, girl.
Sis,
So
let me ask you a question. What
mm,
would you do to say you on a crowded train, right? You know, because you keep your nice fresh hairdo. Okay, you just got your hair cut fresh, and you hold it on the train, and somebody sneeze on the back of your neck. What do you do?
girl, I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna go. I know I'm gonna go off. Be like, what the hell? You don't want to cover your mouth? All these diseases out here, you slobbing on me. What the hell is your problem?
Girl, that happened to me. We were on the train. Girl, I was down in McPherson Square. I girl, this white man sneezed on the back of me, and we close, like close, and
Mm-mm.
I felt all the wetness. So I did like this. I'm like, oh no,
I'd have
and
went off. I'd
I,
have went off.
girl, it was a crowded train. You couldn't even move. They all on each other back, and all I could do was like, oh,
Girl,
I don't like really.
mm-mm. When COVID first came out, I ain't get on the bus for almost 2 years. I refused. I refuse. I don't even like getting on the bus now. I don't want you sitting next to me. I'm putting all this fat all over both seats. Don't sit next to me.
Yeah. And I even noticed in the doctor's office now that they're gone back out to spacing. Before they got a little lax. When I went to the doctor's office Friday, it was they was taking people temperature twice. They had it spaced out. I said, "Oh yeah, this is definitely an uptick in infections around the country. You can see it when you go to the doctor's office, and if you can get into the emergency room, it's really bad."
Honey, I try my best. I said, God be my help. I ain't going to nobody emergency room unless I absolutely have to. And that's just it. I'm sorry. It's just, and people out here, they freelancing. I'm not, no. It's too much stuff out here. I got to protect my well being. My granddaughter's mom died from COVID, but she had, underlying conditions. But nonetheless, she caught COVID. Her kids went to school, brought it home. They got better.
Mm,
She didn't.
mm.
So this next story, I believe you pronounce his name, Kaz, a music producer who worked with T.I. and Gucci Mane. He was shot and killed in the studio. A Michigan music producer known as Kaz was shot and killed over the weekend in an alleged attack that also left another man wounded. Masked man carried out the shooting at his recording studio on New Year's Eve and left the scene, then returned and opened fire again.
Mm. What is wrong? This reminds me of Jam Master Jay. That's how Jam Master Jay lost his life. Run DMC. People going in the studio, masked men, just opening up, shooting fire. I don't even, man. Where is they ain't
Yeah,
learning nothing. They ain't learning nothing.
he died. He was 40 years old. So yeah, that's crazy. I swear. So this I'm gonna get to this Gabrielle Union story, honey. Let me tell you something. Our our people. She she said in her story that she was comfortable cheating on her husband because she was the breadwinner. Gabrielle Union felt entitled to cheat on
Wait a
her
minute.
first husband
Rewind that.
because
She
she
said she
said
was comfortable cheating on who?
Gabrielle Union felt entitled to cheat on her first husband because she paid all the bills.
Wow. No,
Yeah.
she did. Okay.
She
Mm.
said, yeah, she said basically in our first marriage, neither one of us felt like that should get in the way of our dating. Union told a part of it was keeping up with his activities, and I was like, "Oh, that's what you're doing? Oh, you're gonna feel this one." So basically, she said Union, who was they said Union currently married to NBA champion Dwayne Wade, explained why she felt justified in cheating on Howard throughout the 5-year marriage. Union likened her infidelity to her father, justified in cheating because she was the breadwinner in the relationship. She said, like my dad before, whoever has the most gets to do whatever the hell they want. Is what I thought. She said it was just dysfunctional from day one. Dysfunctional from day one. According to the being Mary Jane Star, the marriage was a stupid relationship that should have never gotten out of the dating phase. So basically, she's saying because she was the breadwinner, she was cool with it. But and on his, I can say in her defense, he was cheating as well. So that was just a jacked up marriage all the way around.
But for her to have that mindset, the breadwinner gets to cheat. What did that say?
Um, as I told y'all, it's hard to find good news in this world. I swear to goodness, it. I'll be searching, but I found this story. It's about some triplets who reunite with a garbage truck driver, their childhood hero. So basically, when they were little, they were curious about this trash truck that used to come through their neighborhood, and the children are of Caucasian persuasion, but the trash truck driver, he's an African American male, but once the kids came out and they engaged him, he would play with them. He would see them every day. He let them get in the truck and honk the horn. So some years down the line, his company changed his route so he couldn't see the kids anymore. The mom posted the video from the past on Instagram. It went viral. So his company arranged it so that he could take that route one more time. So they had a reunion. The kids are now 7. So they had a reunion and it was like old times. They exchanged gifts. It was funny because if they missed his trash truck, their mother would have to get in her car and ride around the neighborhood until she found him so they can engage with this man.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought
Trash
that was a
truck
pretty good
story.
story.
And you said, and the mother, they was Caucasian. Because I can't see no black mother getting in the car, riding around the block looking for trash truck man. That's they were like, if you don't take your butt on.
Yeah, well, it definitely shows that hey, racism is not you're not born with it. It's taught.
Huh?
I said it shows that racism you're not born with it. It's a taught behavior.
Yeah. Yeah, that love.
Mm-hmm.
That love right there.
Yep. So they're good friends and they plan to stay in contact. So in other words, we're gonna say happy birthday to the Grinch. A little evil man. But we love him anyway. So we're gonna go ahead and show that clip.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cat. Happy birthday to you.
Now you take that out and put happy birthday to Slicky Woo Boo, the devil's own son-in-law.
Oh Lord. The Grinch after Christmas.
The Grinch before.
And during. But we love him.
We do love him.
We
He
hope
the
you have
meanest,
all.
the meanest, the cleanest, the but that's my big brother. He is turning old today.
He been old. What you mean? He been old, girl.
He gonna get you for saying that, Bernice.
I ain't scared of Slicky.
Okay. He gonna get you.
I ain't worried about Slicky. He want me to be his birthday present.
Oh, do you want some live entertainment? Let me find out. You popping out of cakes. See.
We
Y'all,
go.
I ain't going there with y'all. I ain't going to there with y'all. Y'all
So
ain't gonna get me down the rabbit hole. Molly, help. Say something. Molly, help me. I ain't going down the rabbit hole. It was not me.
You said my man just turned 35. Whatever.
35 what?
35,000. I don't know. But we're gonna get into this topic today: dating and what is your perspective? Are you dating with purpose, and what do you consider dating? Because I had a conversation that brought this topic about, and I'm just like, I guess everybody has a different perspective. So we want to get into that and hear what you have to say about this topic.
Okay.
Yep. So Molly, go ahead and play that clip for us. $1 million moments.
TNT. TNT. Oh man, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to Simon Says.
Welcome back to Simon Says.
Dating versus dating exclusively versus being in a relationship. What is the difference? And it's crazy because like I talk to a lot of people about this, and they all have different like perspectives on it. It's crazy. Nobody really knows like what it is. I think it's all about preference. I think it's all about, how you handle it yourself, and it's all about communication. It's all about how you communicate with the person that you're dating or you're with or you're exclusively with or whatever the case may be. But I'm gonna give you my take on it, y'all. So if you're dating somebody, this means that you are single. Okay, this means that you can date other people. You can date however many people you want. Yeah, you can go on multiple dates with whoever you want, whatever. All right. Then we go to dating exclusively. Now, this is a little tricky right here, y'all. I'm gonna give y'all the situation. So let's just say I'm dating a girl. Okay, we go out on 1 date, 2 dates. All right, we go out on 3 dates. Throughout that 3-date process, I'm single. I'm dating. I'm what I call dating. I'm dating. I can date other people. Now, until we have a conversation. Usually the conversation what happened maybe a month, maybe 2 months, whatever the case may be. But the conversation would be, I only want to date you. You have to have that conversation with somebody, y'all. Like, I can't stress that enough. A lot of people think like it's like some unspoken rule to where like if you're dating somebody for like a month, like you just supposed to assume that person's not dating anybody else. Like, no, you have to have the conversation. If you don't have the conversation, do not get mad when that person is like hanging out with some other chick or hanging out with some other dude or whatever, because like you need to open your mouth. You need to open your mouth and you need to have that conversation with that person and be like, look, I don't want to date nobody else. Are you dating anybody else? Let's just figure this out right now. So, I can lay my head down on my pillow and just know that like you're the only one that I'm dating. You know what I mean? So that's like a good feeling to have. So make sure you have that conversation with somebody before you say you are exclusively dated. And when you have that conversation, that's when you are exclusively dating. Okay. Which is, to me, is the same thing as being in a relationship. But I don't even know why people do the exclusive dating thing. For some people, like, I feel like they're afraid to be in a relationship. They're afraid of that commitment. Maybe it's too soon for them, whatever the case may be. But that's the difference. All right. One, you're dating and you can see other people. And the other one, which is dating exclusively, is you are only dating one person, but it's not like officially official. It's just like a spoken agreement that you guys are only dating each other. Okay, that's dating exclusively. And then we have versus being in a relationship. Now, being in a relationship is like, to me, it's the same thing as being exclusively dating. It's just you have the title now. You tell people, you put on your Facebook or whatever, however you want to do it. Being in a relationship, then you posting all these pictures, talking about this is my boo and everything. This is my lady or this is my guy, whatever the case may be. And, for some people, they tell their family and stuff like that. You telling the world about you being in a relationship, a committed relationship. Okay. To me, that would be the difference between between all of the three. As far as like the last two, I feel like they are the same. I feel like they're the same. For me, y'all, I'm gonna tell you how I would handle the situation. If I go on a date with somebody, for me, like I actually don't date multiple people. Like I'm too old for that right now, y'all. Like I used to do that when I was 20 all the way up into maybe like 25, 26. But like I don't date multiple people no more. It's just way too exhausting for me. You know, I'm just a little bit more grown than that, y'all. I'm just a little bit more grown. So if I go on more than 3 dates with a woman, you know, that's a big deal to me because I usually can figure it out after like the second date. If I'm dating you for like almost a month, maybe almost 2 months or whatever, like, you know, at some point I'm gonna have that conversation with you within like a month and be like, look, you know, I'm only dating you. I would actually get that out the way in the beginning within like the first couple, you know, 2 or 3 weeks or whatever. I would let her know, like, I don't, even in the first, probably in the first date, y'all, probably in the first date, I would tell her, like, you know, this is just how I am. Like, I don't date multiple people. You know what I mean? You know, these are things that you would figure out when you get to know me. And then, you know, we'll have the conversation. If I have the conversation, you know, that's what it is. If you don't want to date if you still want to date other people, then I have to go elsewhere. That's just how I am. As far as like the relationship thing goes, I don't really do the whole dating exclusively thing because I kind of skip that because I only date one person while I'm dating. So it's either that or, you know, 2 to 3 months down the line, we end up being in a relationship. So that's the way I do it. And for me, like, I take relationships very seriously, you know, because like
This is supposed to be the love of my life, my best friend. You're my best friend. You're my best friend. You're my best friend. I think that's about it. I think that's all I have to say about that. I want to know what you guys think. Could you guys please tell me right now in the comments? Tell me right in the comments.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay. So, all right. So,
I don't know. You can start out, Reese.
okay. I kind of agree with what he said. To me, there's levels of dating. There's different types of dating. My grandmother taught me. I grew up, you know, with my grandmother saying that the only time that people would start dating back in her time was when they was ready to get married, and they called it courting.
Mm-hmm.
Courting. There wasn't like no serial dating. That, you know, that was for the loose people, but they were called courting. Am I saying that right? Courting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's courting.
And that was when you were ready to settle down, or you had somebody in mind that you wanted to wife or husband, you know, to get that going. Um, I like if you're dating, that's what it is. You're dating. You see multiple people. If you're getting into a relationship, I think that's when that conversation needs to be had. And he's right, like on the third or fourth date, you say, "Okay, what is this? Are we canoodling? What is this? You know, are we driving? Are we just going with it, having fun? You know?" And sex plays a big part because just because we're dating do not mean we have to be intimate. That plays a very big part. And some people get sex mixed up with dating. Some people say, "Oh, because we're sexing, that means we're dating." That does not mean that, ladies and gentlemen. That does not mean that at all. So there's definitely conversation that needs to be had. I remember one of my friends that we were intimate, and I was dating him, and I told him, "So I'm gonna date other people." He said, "I want us to be exclusive." I said, "What do you mean by us to be exclusive?" He said, "I don't want you seeing anybody else. I don't want you being intimate with anybody else. I want you all to myself." Right? Had that conversation. I made that agreement, but he was lying. He was honest when he said he didn't want me seeing anybody else. He was honest when he said he didn't want me being intimate with nobody else. It was me when he said I don't want you. That's what he meant. It didn't go for him. Otherwise, you know, he just said no. I just told you. You know, a lot of people do that. Would take somebody off the market and put them on the shelf, so they won't be out there looking or seeing other people, but they gonna do what they want to. So that kind of stuff.
Well, for me, I used to be in the boat where once I meet somebody, I'm only talking to them or whatever the case may be. That was me. And then I found myself too often starting back at the drawing board. So My perspective on that now is, like you said, back in the day, it was called courting, but we live in a different day and time now. We really do. And I see the dating thing is all screwed up. But for me, I had a conversation on yesterday, and I was talking to this guy, and we had only been talking maybe a week. He like, I don't want you talking to nobody else. I said, my thing is this. I said, I'm single. I can do what I want. Now, for me, I don't go out dating, all over the place. I haven't been on a date since last June. Okay. But he automatically assumed because you're dating someone, you're sexing that someone. Now, everybody's different. If you choose to date somebody and you want to sleep with them, that's on you. But I'm not trying to get them soul ties with everybody out there. No, sir. I'm good on that. But in the place that I'm in my life at 49 years old, no, I'm not serial dating, but I'm going to talk to other people. And what God has for me is for me. So if you want to date other people, I'm confident in myself. If you connect with them, more power to you, bruh. But I'm not going to stop talking to people because I'm talking to you. It's just not going to work that way. And then you have to give me a reason to say, okay, everybody else cut off. I'm not, no. And that works both ways for men and women. You know what I'm saying? So for me, dating is just that, dating. Now, he said we have to have that conversation. If we get to a point where we're enjoying each other and we feel like we connecting, then okay, let's have that conversation. But off the random, you're not just going to come at me and tell me I ain't talking to nobody else. I'm not married. I ain't obligated to you. And consistency plays a big part for me. You're not going to text me every blue moon talking about what's up, boo? What you doing? Nah, bruh. I'm good. Have a good day.
So
yeah.
like Molly said, what about sex and not dating? That's what I had said earlier. You gotta be clear because you can have all the sex you want and not go out on not nail one date. And people get that confused. People say, oh, if I'm sexing them, that means I'm dating somebody or I'm seeing somebody. No, that only means that you're screwing somebody. That don't mean that he in a committed relationship with you. It means that he get the good goods and she get the good goods. It goes both ways. That does not mean we go together now. I popped that off a couple of times and we go together now. People, communication is key. Communication definitely is key. What is the people in the comments saying, Bernice?
Let me see over here. What's going on with the my thing is, most of the time it's the women who fall into that trap. Oh, we had sex, so he my man. Don't no. Latrice in here, she said good morning. Nene came through. She said good morning. DJ Slicky said, hey peeps. They wishing Slicky a happy birthday. But a man said, hello, ladies. DJ Slicky. He said, wow, my boy Prince. He says, I'm dating with the intentions of being married. DJ Slicky Boo Boo said, Bernice, I will see you in person. Look out. I ain't worried about you, Slicky. Just know that. Molly said, this is Ernest Wiggins all the way, swag and everything. I think he was talking about the dude in the video. I don't know. Latrice is wishing Slicky a happy birthday. Oh, he said Reese can't handle a little competition. Molly said sex and not dating with the shock face.
What is talking about competition?
I don't know. Ernest said platonic dating is fine. I call it Dutch. Katina said confusion is caused by a lack of dialogue. I agree.
That's what I said. Communication.
$1 million moment says speak to them ladies. Well, we can call it Dutch or whatever you want to call it because I ain't got to go out. I don't need you to feed me. I can come home and eat. We can go walk in the park. I prefer that. Let's talk and get to know each other. Because how much, communication you going to have basically in a restaurant is people all around. There's noise going on around you. You go in a movie. You got to be quiet because you got to watch the movie. So let's take a walk. Let's go somewhere quiet where we can really get to know each other and not in my house because I'm tired of that too. Oh, can I come chill with you? Hell no. Do you pay rent here?
I want to say two things. First, whoever said that comment about the competition, elaborate when it said Reese.
Butter,
I
Butter,
didn't.
Butterman said it. But
Okay, okay. And then secondly, a man told me this himself, right? Good looking, fine brother. He said that the only time that he is dating or pursuing a woman is to bed her. So he's dating her, he's taking her out, he's feeding, he's wine and dining because he's waiting to get his 69. And I was like, oh, is that the only reason that men go out here to date women? He
but
said
that's not
the
all men. That's not all men.
well, this was from that man. It ain't from a woman. It ain't from me. A man told me this, so that's why I said a dude said that was that. Maybe it's his perspective. Maybe that's why what he do. So, and I said, well, what happened once y'all be intimate or not? He said, depending on the sex, if they want to go further, or not. He said because sometimes a man could date a woman and date a woman when they get intimate, and if her sex some garbage. And I'm sitting in like, how is a woman's sex garbage? But anyway, that's another story. If the sex some garbage, he said they make hit a couple of times to make sure it's garbage. Then they on their way, they move on. And I was like, wow. So you would invest time to get the sex, and once you get the sex and hit a couple of times, then you're gonna leave. What about the friendship you cultivate? What about women? We do this all the time when we get a man, his sex is garbage. We don't let's throw him out with the bath water. We
That's why they end up cheating.
Well, again, he said that, but what gets me is when one man tries to speak for all men. Just like one woman can't speak for me. I tell people all the time, look, she's speaking for herself. She don't know me. Yes, we female, we have the same organs and all that stuff, but baby, Bernice is Bernice. Speak for yourself. Not all men are out here just trying. Now, there's a lot out here just trying to date a woman to bed her. Some men have the goal, I want to meet my life partner. You have to have the patience to see where their heart and their mind is. Now, too many women pay attention to words and not actions, and I'm saying that because I did it. They say women fall in love with words. We got to listen to the words, but watch the action. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We can get caught up in that, and there's a lot of women out here who doing the same thing. Look, I just want to see how he is in bed. So you have to definitely take the time to see who's where. I put it out there. Oh, I'm not giving you none. And for me, that wings a lot of people out. I'm not giving you none. Because I don't want to share my most intimate parts with just a random dude. You there for a moment? Nah. I want somebody who I'm going to end up spending the rest of my life with. And it's important to me to be best friends, because when I got married, I married my best friend. And though our marriage ended, that friendship continued until he died. So that's vital for me. If you can't be my friend, you definitely can't be my man. Point blank, period.
I guess friendship for women are different from friendship for men. Like what I mean, like a woman's viewpoint of being friends with a man, and then a man's viewpoint of being friends with a woman. I guess there's two different things. Because I want to be friends before anything else, but I think men don't care about being your friend, especially if they're on a booty mission. They may tell you what you want to hear, because I've had a gentleman tell me what they think I want to hear, just to get to that point of intimacy, and it's the game. That's the game that's out there. Unfortunately, if you're out there and you live, I don't like playing games. I don't even try to play games. But for some reason, people will throw you in that game because they're not being honest. You can have communication and dialogue, but it got to be honest communication and dialogue with each other.
Yeah, but that's my thing. I say, people always using this term, well, one won't do, another one will. Well, my thing is, be honest. Say what you're looking for, and if I'm not into it, then there is somebody else who will do it. You know what I'm saying? And at this point in my life with the woman I'm striving to be, I'm not opening my legs for you. Period. I mean, I'm not. I want a man, and I had this discussion with my sons. I want a man who understands the fact that when you lay with me, we are expressing our love and respect for each other. My sons explained it in such a different way. I'm 49 years old, and my son's explaining this to me. They're black men. They ain't out here bedding down everything. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, like I said, I want somebody that I'm gonna share that intimacy I've never experienced. Because my thing is this: I asked God myself. I was like, "Why I got all this passion and all this stuff, and I ain't meeting my match with that?" Everybody want to lay down. Yeah, we could be good together and we gonna get ours, but I want something beyond that. So I'm not just opening my legs because you find me attractive and we had fun. No, no, sir. No, sir. That's a nod. That's a forever nod.
What are the comments saying? Oh, good morning, Katina. Happy
Okay.
New Year to you, boo.
Let me go back. Molly said that that's sex with dating. E said you're either short term, temp, or long term, depends on the two people. Every scenario will vary. I agree. Molly said he lost. I don't know. Katina said I do. Women bed men as well, and that's very true. DJ Slicky being crazy. He said, let's take a ride on the countryside. Let's just get away. He crazy. Katina said, we shouldn't overgeneralize. Like she said, everyone is different. Molly said, sex without dating, no way. They looking to be anything. No way. They looking to be anything more. If you say,
okay, he said sex without dating, no way. They're looking to be anything more.
To each their own. To each their own. There are men out here who I've met men who said, I'm not sexing this woman until I get married. And there are people out here with these standards.
But so, you know what Molly's saying is right. He's saying sex without dating. He said they're looking to be more. He right, because we see women, and I'm not saying all women, I'm not generalizing, but most of the time, we women think that if he coming over, he keep hitting. Oh, we dating. Oh, that's getting ready to be my boo.
No.
See, we looking for more. If I keep giving him the good, oh, he about to be my man, and I'm gonna cook for him. Oh, he definitely gonna be my man. He ain't taking you out. Y'all ain't seen the outside of the house together. But a lot of people, I'm gonna say women, because women seem to fall into them mouse traps like that. That they just coming over sex and getting the good. He only come over 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. He only come over late at night, and only thing that's open is your legs. So yeah, and she's hoping and waiting that, oh, this is gonna become more. I'm gonna keep giving him this, or I'm gonna ride him doggy style, reverse cowgirl. Oh, he gonna be mine. He gonna make me, want to be mine. We gonna go out in the daylight one time.
Well,
I'm gonna meet one of his friends.
The first mistake many make is thinking your sex skills gonna keep a man. Because there's women out here who do backflips on a joint and all that stuff. Your sex game is not going to keep a man around, because there's always somebody who's different, who's doing something different from you. So that's a mistake.
That's right up there, Bernice. But back in the day, they thought having a baby by a man is going to keep the man.
No, definitely not. But like I said, every
Did we freeze up? Wow. What happened? I think we froze up. Did we lose Bernice?
Yeah.
Okay,
Things
because
like this happen sometimes. You gotta keep talking and going. She'll talk
I
like this.
couldn't hear it. I didn't know.
She
I didn't
gone.
know. Okay, I'm sorry. We lost Sister Bernice, and I'm thinking that we froze up. Okay, because that happens sometimes. But she was saying about the sex skills, and she's absolutely right. Because nobody's sex skills gonna keep no man. Nobody cooking skills either gonna keep a man. Not long term anyway. When he get hungry, he might come back around. But same thing with sex. When he gets ready for that, set, he'll be back when it's that time. But that don't mean that it's gonna uh lock down a man. That's if you want a man, you
But
know.
I'm trying to understand what Molly was saying because the way it reads, it says sex without dating. No way they looking to be anything more. So I'm gonna let Molly, you know, explain that. Katina says overgeneralizing sometimes muddy communication. She said Happy New Year as well. DJ Slicky Woo Boo had to go. He said good show. And Michelle came in. She said good morning, ladies.
Okay.
We have so many different types of dating out here now. Um, you know, you
Okay.
everybody's different. Everybody has their perspective on dating. But all I'm gonna say is now where I am in life, um, I don't do a bunch of dating. I don't go out with a bunch of random guys. That's not what I'm doing because I'm looking for my king, my best friend. So you can find me sexy, you can find all that. Look at it from a distance because the only person touching this is the man I intend to marry. And
I,
I'm not gonna say it's always been that way. No, it hasn't.
well,
But
that's
it
what
has not.
change. We grow older, we change, and and like I said earlier, if a man is just sexing you, just and that's all it is, it's just sex. Because if he wanted to get to know you, it takes time. First, though, the dates come before the sex for me, anyway. But if he just sexing you, and if that's how you setting it up, y'all just banging. That's what you always gonna be, a bang. He ain't gonna take you out. Why? Well, he ain't gotta do none of that. He coming over, hit it and quit it at night, zip his pants up and go. You just a free trip.
Hmm. Yeah, my I was seeing this guy. I had been dating this guy off and on for like since 2008, off and on until I got into my last relationship. And my oldest son called him the forever side nigga. Because like when I was single, me and him would connect right back. And it would seem like when I was single, he was single. But you know, I just can't. That's not the road that I want to take as far as dating. And he never disrespected me. He wasn't saying anybody else. We just had different things we wanted in life. We definitely did. We went out on dates and things of that nature, but it just wasn't what I wanted. And much as I love that man, I was like, nah, this ain't working because I'm headed in one direction, you headed in another. So I had to let it go.
Let me ask the audience a question. It's something that recently came up, and and I would just want to know how y'all feel about it. Okay, like say off and on, people in and out of your life off and on, right? You break up with a guy, and then maybe a year or two later, you see him again, and immediately, do you go back into that intimate relationship, or do he need to start dating you all over from the beginning? Because a lot of people think because you had history that y'all could just jump right back into the bed with each other. He figured that he don't have to date you. Oh, I ain't seen you in 18 months, Nugget, and he's talking about some. Oh, let me come over, or I come over there.
But
Really?
see, I think that's for men and women because women do it as well. Like I said, because like I said, been as though I have grown sons and I've seen some of the things they've been through, so I can speak on that perspective, which they could speak better. But in the same token, like for me and the guy I was just talking about, it wasn't like that. We just jumped back in the bed. We always had this instant bond when I first met him. And crazy story, but when I first met him, I was going to see somebody else. And me and him locked eyes and we didn't stop staring. He was like, let me leave. And he knew the person that I came to see. Mm-hmm. But, you know, the thing was, like I said, we always had this, it's a special bond. We never break up on bad terms or anything like that. We'll hang out, we'll go see each other. And yes, we've been intimate. But in the same token, like I said, you know, I had to get myself out of the pattern of, okay, we got this connection and we're going to date. Nothing's different. He still wants what he wants and I still want what I want. So, you know, yes, we still had that bond. He texted me Monday. I ain't texting back to Wednesday. And I ain't do none of the nicknames or none of that stuff. I was like, Happy New Year. Hope you enjoyed yours too, babe. And I left it at that. Because now I'm focused on my worth, what I want. Because I'm tired of pouring into people and not getting the same back. So I think it's different, again, for different people. I can speak for me. You can speak for you. Somebody else might say it's different for them. So we just never know because we all have different minds and we may agree on some things and we're going to disagree on some things. So, you know, I don't know.
Before we get out of here, what is our audience saying or thinking about that?
Well, Alan came in. He said, bless up. And Katina says, as a community, we are not socializing our children for dating. Most white people socialize their children to date, to marriage. Well, I don't know about that because I definitely tell my kids, you know, because I learned from my mistakes. And like I said, my daughter be 20 Saturday. She's still a virgin. And I told her it's best to share that beautiful thing with someone who is committed to you. And not to say marriages don't end, but I feel like my son said to me, he said men sex who they can, but men choose who they gonna marry. You know what I'm saying? They choose who they gonna marry. And I decide if a man gonna lay with me unless it's rape. I decide who I'm gonna lay with, but they definitely decide who's important enough to take on their last name. So I teach my daughters that, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, it varies. It varies because I was brought up that I should wait for marriage, but did I? No, I didn't. Because I was out there seeking for all the stuff that I didn't get growing up. I was looking for that love. More than likely, I had daddy issues. So I'm looking for all of that.
Wow. So you're looking for all of that now.
Well, I don't have the daddy issues because I had to resolve that so that wouldn't be something I was looking for in a man because my husband is my husband. He's not my father. He's not my father. So I had to resolve that. But now like I said, what I'm looking for is that man that I can commit my life to. My grandmother trained me how to be a wife, but I also had issues I had to deal with. So I know the basics. But I had to deal with Bernice so that I can be a better wife for my husband to be.
Okay. All righty. Well, with that being said, are we going to leave on that note? What Bernice just say?
Well, well, it's been a good show. You know, I wish we'd have had more interaction, but like I said, this is something we should do a special show, Reese, and like I said, have a panel like I did in my event, and we just sit around and we talk about it because we have to learn from each other. We have to learn from each other, and we take that knowledge, what fits us, we grab onto it, and what doesn't, we put to the side. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, we all out here, and I believe in the end that the majority of us are looking for that one, that love, that friend, that connection.
Well, every Friday we have a panel. If people want to talk about this, have a conversation on it. You know, I'm open to conversation because that's what the Morning Max show stands for: music and conversation.
Yeah.
So now it seems like now it took out the music and put a bunch of mayhem in this place. but we still having the conversation. So I mean, that's a good thing as far as I can see. And
Yeah.
hey, I'm open to whoever want to come on. Malik Bay, I want you on the show. Katina, of course, I want you on the show in the especially in the new year. Kenneth Clark, Allen,
Yeah.
I'll come on the show. There's so many people that I've invited on the show. This should be an action-packed year
Well,
for the Morning Mac show.
my friend, he's a mutual friend of me and Rico, but his name is Azia, something like that. I think he took on a Muslim name, but he's more than willing to come on the show. He should be back in town today, actually.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's good to
yeah.
hear a lot of different perspectives.
Heck yeah, let's talk about it. That's the only way we're going to be able to heal and come together as a community of people if we communicate. The
Yeah, and talk.
community's got to communicate.
And the thing about it is when we talk, and because I had that problem yesterday, if I stop and I listen to you without interrupting and trying to understand what you're saying, allow me the same respect. We have to do that in order to understand each other, to hear each other out, because too often people get in their feelings and now you want to argue. It's not an argument, it's a discussion. We're trying to understand, we're trying to learn, and we're trying to grow.
That's right.
You don't have to agree with me, but don't be mad at me because I don't. We gonna disagree. That's life. And that's the beauty of life. We all have the ability to be different. We don't have to be like everybody else. I love the fact that I don't fit in, and I'm good with that.
That's
So we're
right.
gonna be out of here, y'all. We love y'all. We thank you. And once again, this has been RMB on the Morning Mac Show, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. I love you.
Don't forget to like and share. Thank you all for watching, but please like and share with one another. We're trying to get this community to grow.
Yes.